This table was built for Victorian working families over a century ago. It cost a fraction of what the wealthy paid for their mahogany dining tables, and yet it might be the most perfect kitchen island I've ever owned. Let me tell you why. First, let's talk about what deal actually means, because most people today have never heard the term. Deal wood was softwood, primarily pine or fir, shipped from Scandinavia, Finland, and Russia during the 18th and 19th centuries. Unlike the cheaper timber you'll find at modern hardwood stores, this was quality construction grade wood. Victorian deal was typically 2 to 4 inches thick and cut to very specific dimensions. This wasn't furniture for show, this was built for work. Deal tables were found in servants' quarters, workers' cottages, schools, and tradesmen's workshop. The wealthy had their mahogany and walnut, but working families had deal, and they built it to last. Here's the first reason this table is perfect: weight. This thing is heavy. That thick deal wood, the solid construction, it doesn't budge. Modern kitchen islands often need to be secured to the floor. This, it's going nowhere. You can knead bread dough, roll out pastry, chop with force. Completely stable. Victorian craftsmen didn't build delicate furniture for working families. This table was meant to withstand daily use and abuse. The 2 to 4 inch thick top, you can't dent it easily. You can set hot pots on it, though I did burn a hole in my table. Not a hole, but a big scorch. You can work on it all day. And these marks, this patina, that's character. Each scratch tells a story, and a few more from my kitchen just add to that history. Here's something people don't actually think much about. Most antique dining tables are actually the perfect height for food prep, around 28 to 30 inches. It's comfortable for chopping, rolling, and assembling meals. Modern kitchen counters are often 36 inches, which is great for some tasks, but this lower height, perfect for certain work. Below, I've got a shelf, or not a shelf yet, but a bar upon which my sauteuse, my big covered frying pan, sits. Because it's freestanding, I can access it from all sides, and if I ever want to move it, well, I'll need help because it weighs a ton. But it can be moved, unlike built-in cabinetry. Here's what I love about this piece: the irony of it all. In its day, this was the cheap option, the table you bought when you couldn't afford walnut or mahogany, the poor man's table, as they called it. But today, that inferior Victorian deal wood is better quality than most of what you can buy new. These Victorian carpenters were working with old growth softwood that simply doesn't exist anymore in commercial timber. Go to any big box hardware store today and you'll find what they call pine, but it's lightweight, knotty, prone to warping, nothing like this. So this poor man's table has become something precious, not because it's fancy, but because it's real, built by craftsmen who took pride in their work, even for the working class. If you ever come across a deal table at an estate sale, an antique shop, or tucked away in a barn, grab it. Don't think of it as just another old table. Think of it as a piece of industrial grade Victorian engineering that happens to look beautiful in your home. Mine has found its purpose in my kitchen, and honestly, I don't think I'll ever replace it. Sometimes the best things aren't the expensive ones. Sometimes they're the ones built to work.